Hey YouTube, so we are at Flagpole Knob in Northern Virginia, and we are leaving the summit, the actual fire lookout, and we are headed back to Union Springs. So the Union Springs route is a more difficult route. They're both like relatively easy greens, but there are a couple little obstacles on the side that are a little more interesting. The last obstacle was a little up and down. That's totally 100% optional, but obviously it's much easier to go down than up. So up here I'm going to pause the screen just for a second or two just to show you like where we had turned on and off the trail. So right here, if you make a left turn, you'll head back to the lake. That's where we came up at, the easy way. And if you go straight, that's where it's a little bit more challenging. And there are different obstacles in different places. So right here, there's a little bit of an articulation test. It's very, very minor, but you can see like right here, the way that it goes like up and down, like left and right, just a small amount of articulation. I think stock jeeps could easily go through that, but it is something like that wasn't something that was on the lakeside, obviously. When you are around other jeeps like that, be very, very careful. You never know when somebody's going to just like pop out and do something kind of stupid or whatever. So here there's a little drop down. It's a small little step. If you were coming up it, I could see maybe it being a little bit challenging for people, especially like stock jeeps or the ones with like no lift. Maybe it would be kind of scary looking. But for going down it, I mean, people always seem like they have a easier time going down things than they do, going up things. And I think I've mentioned that in videos in the past. Basically, if you want to make a trail more challenging, you go up it instead of going down it. So since we went up the easy way and we are going down the slightly harder way, I guess, we're doing the whole route the easier way. It would have been a little bit more harder probably if we would have tried to go up from Union Springs, because then like these little tiny obstacles would be just a hair more difficult, I guess. One of the neat things about this trail is it does offer a little bit of everything. You've seen snow, you've seen ice, you're going to see the top down, you're going to see steps, we saw mud, we saw water hazards, lots of different types of obstacles, but there's just not a lot of them. Like for a 4-hour trail, basically, I think that's like what maybe the total time was on the trail, 3-4 hours. You see maybe one obstacle every 20-30 minutes, so it's a pretty low volume of obstacles. But if you are taking out a bunch of brand new people and you're just trying to get their feet wet with the sport, if you want to call it a sport or whatever taking the Jeep out is, this is obviously a good candidate for that because it has just a little bit of everything. Here's another overlook that you saw. Hey YouTube, so stay tuned because the next footage that you're going to see after this is going to be the big steps, and that's probably going to be the most interesting footage on the entire flagpole run that we've done. And I still haven't figured out how I'm going to break it up, if it's going to be just like one video or 2 videos or how it's going to be. But there is some very, very interesting footage that we have for you that is coming up. And it's the one obstacle that is probably the hardest obstacle on flagpole. But it's only one obstacle and it's only like a little 10-foot area, but it is kind of